Alright. Oh, I was gonna say, let me know when the mic's are on. Oh.
And hello everyone and welcome to Formula Drought League, and today we will be racing in Monza with the 2018 Formula Hybrids. Joining me in the commentary booth today will be Jake Bond.
Hello?
And
Do you have
I will get the
you got the
standings up
graph?
in a second if you want to go through them. Okay, so the driver standings and team standings are on the screen right now.
So we have Irma's race, net lead in the driver's standings. He's got a pretty comfortable lead despite the accident that happened in Britain. Jack Smith is a net second, so the battle for second is very close between Jack Smith, Paul Magzire, and Tarek Alcada. There's only 4 points between them. And all three of them have been driving pretty good the last few races, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know if Irmis is going to run away with this one this year, but the fight for second on down is pretty close. The one to watch for today, though, is probably going to be Christoph Turner in 10th. He's been pretty quick in practice and testing, so he could make a decent jump up the ladder, especially the last few races. I think he qualified third in Britain. We'll see what he can do here. Team standings, Ragged Ed Racing is running away with this. It looks like DAC Alpine Renault down at 52 points. They're going to be a far way out of it, but we'll see unless Ragged Edge starts having some problems. But going on down, it gets pretty close between Younger, Vermin, and Pink Panthers. Everyone's just kind of condensed, so we'll see as we come towards the end of the season. We're getting towards the end. We're on the tail end
Yeah,
now.
we're entering the second half of the season right now, so this is the 6th round of the 10-round season. And we're about to head into the qualifying.
Who's your driver to watch for?
For this race, I think Christoph Turner. I think he has showed very good pace in practice early in the week. He did score a nice podium in Silverstone, even with that incident lap one. But if things go well, I think he's gonna have another podium finish today.
The interesting one is, do we have the qualifying? Because I know that Maxi has a qualifying ban, but does anyone else have
I
any
believe
grid demotions or anything like that?
I believe Maximilian Junger is the only driver the qualifying ban today. I'm not aware if anyone else has any penalties that they need to serve.
Let's see. All right, qualifying.
Uh, I
We wait for a
think.
driver to leave the pits.
Can you see all the drivers?
Nope.
I'm wondering if the server has just went down.
Yep. Has gone down for me as well.
Well, this is just a minor inconvenience. Just give us a moment.
Carlos. Server is restarting. Alright, so I'm gonna back out and come back in.
Alright, apologies everyone. We'll sort this out.
He never normally restarts it right before quali.
No, I believe this is the first time it has restarted for qualifying. Usually we just head straight into qualifying from practice, so most likely just some technical problems with the server, but everything should be fine.
Really interested to see who makes it, like how we get through turn one.
Yeah,
That's always a hot spot, no matter where you race.
yeah, it is not the first time there's been a massive incident in turn one in Monza. It's just one of those corners. You go into it with very high speed, and it's a very tight chicane. So it is going to be interesting if I'm not able to join the server currently.
Yeah, wasn't able to get in the first time either. This should be the one. Okay. Should let me in this time.
These things happen. And I am in, and everything should be fine. We're back into the practice session, but we should be heading straight into qualifying as soon as everyone joins the server.
I think I'm getting through this time. I'm on car number 18.
Yeah, I am on the server right now, and everyone's reconnecting. As we are currently spectating one of the BM drivers, we did have a one-off livery for Silverstone in the memory of Charlie Whiting, but unfortunately we didn't have any drivers that day who could race. But as we can still see in the stream, we still do have the steering wheel that has Charlie's name on it. So
Seems to be a habit with BM, huh? They can't fill their seats.
yeah, we do have a driver called no wait, you don't actually drive in the main team, do you? Oh wait, you do. I've actually lost count. too many BM drivers, I can't keep count anymore.
And that's hurting in the standings because BM currently sits 10th, behind almost literally even their own junior team. So that's interesting development this year.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring up the standings once again as we're still in qualifying. Yeah, BM Aston Martin Racing sitting at 10th place. I don't think we have scored any points since Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
The one to watch here is KTM Younger could jump because that's where Christoph is. If he keeps his pace from practice, which is third behind Ermis, and he could jump Paul, but
yeah,
that could jump them up. A podium could jump them up to 6th. They could go from 9th to 6th in the standings if Younger Vermin has a bad race. Or
the thing with Christoph, he's still fairly unexperienced, and as we were talking to him earlier, he seems kind of nervous. It's one of the first times that he's went into practice and actually had good pace. So we'll see what's going to happen. I hope he can keep it together and have a good finish tonight. He's definitely the underdog in the top 5. So
he's got the pace. We just need to get through the first corner clean, and I think it's going to be a good battle between the likes of Ermis, Magzire, him and Jack, Christoph and Jack. That should be a really tight group at the front.
Yeah. Is there
Unless someone gets a really bad start.
Any midfield battles are you looking forward to? So I can see Maxi currently in the timing sheet from the practice sessions earlier in the week. He's sitting in 8th. So that's going to be an interesting one.
I think it'll be interesting to see where qualifying puts everyone, because Monza is a circuit that, while it doesn't have, it favors low downforce, the time to be gained is definitely who can manage that low downforce through the corner to get the good exits. And you can easily drop a few places based on just getting a bad exit or hitting a rumble a little bit too wide. Monza's very unforgiving. It's not a hard track to drive, but it's a hard track to get a perfect lap done.
Yeah.
Because you literally have to be on point for every single corner around the track. The one to watch is going to be Ascari, who can carry the most speed with their downforce package.
Yeah, I'm sure that some of the drivers are taking a huge risk with the wing levels. Some drivers are going to try and run as slow as I was going to say, I just lost my train of thought. Some drivers are going to try and, they're going to try and run a very low downforce around this track because you gain a lot on the straights. You do feel it in the corners. I remember back in the hybrid 2017 season, I went into the race with very high downforce. I believe I was running pretty much like Monaco level wing on this track, and yeah, I could definitely feel on the straights. I was following another driver. I was in his slipstream with DRS, and he was pulling away. So do not make that mistake.
I think everyone this year is going to be pretty close in terms of in setup development. The league has definitely grown to a point where now there's still room for everyone to fight. You know, we still have back markers and midfielders, but I feel like the level of competition has definitely been raised
Yeah,
this season for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone's within, you know, we have, if you look at the practice times, if you discount, you know, Ermis and Magzier and maybe Christoph, or well, Christoph was third, the next 5 drivers were within a tenth or two on the timing sheet. So they're literally, you know, at the limit.
yeah. And
One little tiny mistake.
just looking at timing sheets from the practice sessions, you can see Clank Hughes in 6th, the Maximilian in 8th. Both are former champions. The hybrid series, so we have a very strong lineup this season.
It's a little bit late for Maxi to turn his season around. It's been a weird title defense. It reminds me a little bit of Vettel in 2014 and in regular F1. He just either, I don't know if it's just other things outside of racing or whatnot, but he just hasn't felt like completely in the car. He's had some accidents. He's been spun around. He's caused some accidents. There's been, I don't know. It's been an interesting, because I don't even think he's in the, where's he standing? He's not even in the top 10 for driver standings at the moment. So it's been a weird title defense. So we'll probably have a new champion this year. With
Yeah.
6, we're in the 6th race now. Yeah, there's really not much.
Yeah, Maxi has only gathered 7 points in the last 5 races. I don't remember a season where he has ever been that low. He's always been up there. This season, just I guess it has been a lot of bad luck. I mean, in Valencia, I think he did pretty well in qualifying, but he got taken out in the race. So
there's been a couple of drivers though who have had who've had some bad luck this season.
Yeah. See, we're still in the practice session.
Yeah, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure why we're not going straight in the qualifying. As far as I know, we're still missing a driver. We're missing Magsire, who's unable to connect to the server.
Yeah, he's not. I think he's the only one we're missing. One of the only ones. I don't see Alex the Money. Is he?
Not sure if...
Maybe their flights got delayed to Monza, you know?
Yeah, you never know. Oktan is really struggling with the financial situation, so they can't always book the best.
They are considering selling gear, so I mean they're obviously trying to raise funds for the team. We'll see. I mean, it'd be amazing to see the Ferrari of Trout League not on the grid.
Oh yeah.
So I hope they pull it together.
Can check the stream quickly. To quality okay.
Yeah, the stream looks good. They're just I'm reading in the chat, they're having trouble. Something with the skins. Everyone's in the wrong skin. Or a lot of people are, excuse me. Should message. I guess we'll just run through this practice session and then we'll start qualifying. Doesn't look like we're gonna skip it. What are you thinking for strategy? You think anyone's gonna
Um,
qualify on the prime tire, or
I think it's gonna be a pretty straightforward one stop around here. But the tyre people are going to be qualifying on, I'm not sure. I think some people are going to go with the Hypersofts, but I did hear some complaining about the tyre temperatures, so especially in the fast corners in Sector 2. So I think some drivers are going to try and go for ultra soft, but I still think it's going to be a fairly straightforward one stop today. So unless there's a massive incident at turn 1, I don't think we're going to see anything anything that different, you know.
it'll be interesting to see where everyone uses their battery, where they're going to use their KERS and how they're going to use it, because this track has so many straights. You don't know where the guy behind you is going to use his if he's got DRS. Is he going to wait till the main straight where he'll have a better run, or is he going to do it, down the backstretch? It's really hard to tell and defend, and that's like kind of the art of it, is seeing where to use it. You need to be in your opponent's mind to see where he's going to use his boosts and where you're going to use yours.
Yeah, because I believe if you're on the highest mode, I don't think you have ERS for the whole lap. So you're definitely
there's
gonna
not enough regenerative braking.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to play around with it quite a bit.
Some drivers were saying they were having to switch down in the harvesting modes for the braking zones.
So
which I
it
thought
looks
was
like we're heading the qualifying now. I just got a message from the race director that Jimmy Peterson will be using Maxire's livery for today. So
that'll be a little bit confusing, but we should be good. Call that. Is Magzire in the server? Is he racing? That's a big... If he's not here, then that's a big... His qualifying has started now.
It does not look like he's on the server.
He's registered for it.
They did say they had some problems with Max had problems with connecting the server. I'm not sure if that is the reason why he's not on the server currently. As it looks like we have a impatient driver outside of the commentary box who wants to step in for
who do we have?
time of qualifying. It's Maximilian Junger, who does have a quali ban for the qualifying session, so that's why he's out of his car currently. Yes, banging on the door.
On the commentary booth.
Yes. So, Maxi, what do you think? Who's going to get pole tonight?
Well, I do feel it's going to be Urmas, mainly because his teammate, he won't be here. He has some internet issues, apparently.
So, Magzire is confirmed not racing, apparently.
Yeah, sadly, he's not going to be here. And Urmas had a sizable gap to Magzire, who himself had a sizable gap to anyone else. So
now this should be interesting because your teammate is right next to Magzire in the standings here, going into this race.
Yeah,
your teammate Jack Smith. So this is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You know, possibly in the grand scheme of things, I think Jack could challenge for the championship if Urmas has a bad race or two. So yeah, it's looking good.
Do you think it's going to be a one-stop from your simulation?
I know it's going to be a one-stop. And it's in fact going to be, because we're on stream now and probably none of the drivers are listening, it's probably going to be ultras to hypers for me.
Wow,
for the others.
Think that?
Yeah, I did two simulations, two full simulations with that strategy.
That'll be the first time we've seen the hyper this season used in race trim.
I think it's been used before, but I can't remember what race. I think it might have been Australia. I think Wolf tried using it.
It'll be interesting to see how's the heat around here.
It's actually very easy to manage. That's why we're going with such soft tires, because the only issue would be the last turn parabolica, and basically by the time you reach turn 1 again, the tires have cooled off, so there's no issue. The problem is actually putting heat into the front right, especially. It's very sensitive. You can't. You need to put a lot of heat into it, a lot of sort of push it through the left-hand corners so that you can get some heat.
Tell you, it is going to be close. Armis is 9,000ths of a second ahead of Christoph Turner right now as the grip slowly
Christoph
increases.
is also technically a younger driver. He's in KTM younger junior team, so it's going to be very interesting. He's been performing very well.
If he podiums, he can. We're looking at the standings. Your younger junior team is currently sitting in 9th, but they're only a few points out of 6th. That whole group is very close together.
Well, we've been very unlucky at the main team so far, especially myself. I mean, this is another sort of setback with the quali ban, so yeah.
Christoph's had a good turnaround, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he joined in Hockenheim, I think it was. So he hasn't done many races this season. It's only his 3rd race. But he was always this quick. He had an issue last season where we won the championship together. He couldn't race for most of the season because he broke his foot. So the races he did do, I did call him in crucial points at the championships to score points. He did them with one leg. He was right foot braking.
Wow.
So, and he still got a podium. So he's a very good driver. He just hadn't had the chance to show it.
See, we have Clanky. Everyone's a little bit spread out. What's the tire grip at?
98.
98. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
What do you expect pole time to be? What do you think it's gonna?
118s for. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. 118s. Definitely for Ormus. I don't know about the other guys.
Now, since you have a quali ban, do you think this is a good track to serve it at, considering how messy Monza Turn 1 can sometimes be if someone late breaks?
It is probably the best track to do so, because it's very easy to overtake. Yeah, it's very easy for the guys in front to make mistakes, so it'll be interesting. I don't know what will happen. I'm hoping for a top 5. But if there's more mistakes, I know my race pace is very good. I've seen some other people doing long runs, and including Ormus, and I seem to be very, very. I think I have the advantage. But you know, starting from the back, I'm gonna be in traffic a lot, so it's gonna be crucial getting past traffic as quickly as possible.
Oh, well, that's gonna be interesting on your ERS and KERS. Because this track is it genuinely hard? Like, because there's not a lot of regenerative points to gain.
No, it's quite easy to it's the easiest track, actually.
You think this is so hard braking? Yeah,
because you have these big braking zones. I mean, through turn 1 in that braking zone, you get like 25% of your total ERS back. So it's not gonna be an issue. It's gonna be interesting switching between the regeneration, because the less you run, the less regen you run in terms of percentage, you'll get more braking. So that's the interesting part in managing it, because if you run at 100% all the time, you'll have a full battery, but you'll be slower. So you want to switch between, 60, 70, 100 again when you're low on battery. So that'll be sort of when do you use less regen will be interesting.
Clank Hughes goes to the top. That's a pretty impressive time.
First time in the 19s.
19s is already, I would say, podium top 3 material if you're in the 19s. Low 19s can get you up there, I think.
Yeah,
And what about...
It definitely looks like the track grip has went up as Ormus Rees.
It's
almost
full
4 up
grip
right now. Yeah.
It's full grip now.
Well...
Mario Linde also very good lap. Mario just went 300s. He's only 300s off Clank.
Who else do we have improving down here? Not many drivers.
Ormus Rees, he's almost 8 tenths up now. It's looking like a very good lap. This would be in the mid-19s.
I'll step out of the booth here for a second.
See nails the final corner. He's a second up. Almost a second up. And that is a 19.3 from Ormus Rees, which puts him on provisional pole. Still 10 minutes to go in the session. So a lot of time for other drivers to improve. Definitely a lot of time for Ormus to improve as well.
I think that time can get him pole, to be honest. That if it would be tight. I think others can beat it, but it's possible that that's pole time. But I think he'll improve further because he has been setting. Just let me check S tracker too.
Yeah, I mean we're only halfway through the session, and he's already at 19.3. So definitely do think there's room for improvement. As Max Stein just creeps into the 19s with a 19.9.
I mean, Ormus's personal best is more than a second faster than this. It's his PB is a 18.2.
But in qualifying, we've noticed that he hasn't been able to usually get that exact time. I mean, he can get close, but I don't expect if he gets to the 18.2s, I'll be fairly impressed.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he'll replicate that, but the closest current driver on track in terms of S tracker is 8 tenths away, and that's Christoph Turner. So Christoph's PB is a 19.0.
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest, we don't know what kind of experimental engine modes are running in the practice sessions, so.
That's very true, indeed.
I know that we talked to Christoph before, and he said he thinks there's more time in his S tracker time. He thinks if he hits the lap proper.
It himself.
He said that'll be interesting.
We've done some I've done some last minute setup work with him.
Christoph Turner just slots in the P2 with a 19.5. That's a very good lap. Only 2 tenths off of Ormus Rees.
3 tenths up on the next car. Very nice.
He's put it together because in Hockenheim in his first race, you know, I don't know if he was still learning the car, but he was back in the midfield. Him and I actually had an accident due to some server lag, and now all of a sudden he's up here and fighting for podiums and almost, you know, qualifying. He's qualifying in the top 3, so he's definitely had an impressive start.
You know, he's been on it. He basically has done the job that he should have done last season, but due to his injury, he couldn't. So, you know, he's definitely deserving of a seat at the main team, I think. But we'll see what happens next season with Jack and myself. With the team in general, he might make a switch.
Next season is going to be interesting. We're actually switching cars to the 19 spec.
Right, I was just spectating Niels Fischer, and he was on a very good lap until made a slight mistake, lost the back end, and now he's lost about half a second.
Douglas Falcon just spun out after the chicane, the first chicane. He's back going again. I don't think he damaged the car, but I don't know if that impeded anybody.
That lap from Niels Fischer, if he didn't make that mistake, that probably would have put him in P4, so it's a very good lap at that point.
Tarek Alkadeh also in the top 3 now. We've seen he's of course a winner this season.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Interesting driver. Didn't really know anything about him, and then he just grabbed that win in Hockenheim, wasn't it?
It sort of came from nowhere because last season he was sort of in that. It was usually the top 3 guys, top 4, me, Clank Hughes, Urmas, and Max Zaya, and he was close to us, but never could transform it into a podium. So it's interesting. Many drivers have sort of emerged this season from. I think the gap has closed due to the car just being different, being new. So everybody had to relearn it, which meant that advantage we had last season, where we had tons of laps and tons of experience with the car, sort of disappeared.
Is that where you're hoping to make a good gain? Is this next year? Like, we're going to be in a new car?
Yeah,
new physics, you think you're gonna...
I've written off this season already. I mean, it's been 5 races. I'm defending champion, and I've scored 7 points, and we're up halfway through the season. So this isn't.
Sorry to interrupt. It's Reese just went 2 tenths faster and has set a 19 dead.
Yeah,
so
I think he'll get into 18s.
Getting into the 18s.
There's a big group right here. I don't know if anyone's impeding anyone here, but either everyone just left the pits or, let's see. Yeah, they're all on an outlap. Okay.
It's interesting because people can only do 1 flying lap with this due to the regen. If you want to set a quick lap, you'll have to have the energy regeneration very low. So you're limiting to yourself to 1 lap if you want it to be a quick one. Interesting that people are qualifying on the ultras, almost all of them, in the top 5. I didn't expect that. I thought there would be more people on Hypersofts.
Maybe a lot of people just didn't test it, wrote it off as not being a good tire. I haven't seen that many people use it before this race, at least.
There's some people in the top 10. There's, I think, 4 people on the Hypersofts. Niels and Max Stein are on the Hypersoft together with Alex Cochran. So that's 3 drivers in the top 10 on Hypers, but I expected the whole field to be on Hypers, to be honest, because they're much quicker, even as a race tire.
Turner has just spun. Hasn't impeded anybody, but he has hit the
Fisher
wall.
just spun in turn 1.
It's a very hard track to get right. If you want to find the time, you need to really push it. So that's why you see people make a lot of mistakes. It's going to be interesting in the race.
Alex Cochran's 2 tenths up. He's about to cross the line. Let's see where he jumps. Wow, up to 8th.
Very good. That would be his best qualifying to date. His best quali yet is 11th place so far.
Yeah, he's this race he's on it, which I thought was interesting. He topped the timing sheets actually in the S-Tracker, but he had cut the first chicane when I had looked, because he had set a faster time than Ermis, but he just flew through the.
Yeah.
I thought for a second he managed to find something.
Yeah, he's been sort of getting into that midfield group. So if he keeps improving at this rate, he'll be up there with the big boys soon.
We have some fans in the chat cheering on Octane.
Very nice.
Is there any Octane? Oh, there is one Octane driver on the grid, David Ball.
Yes.
Yeah, which is weird because he's normally top 10 and he's sitting back in 15th, which I don't know if he just hasn't done a lap in a while.
He's not a great qualifier. His strength is the race. He's ridiculously consistent. He's probably the most consistent driver in this league. He always managed to find a way up. I noticed that, like, he lurks in the race. We don't really mention him much or anything, but he always just finds himself in the top 10 consistently. He avoids the accidents. Avoids the accidents, just very clean usually. I had an incident with him last race, but it was due to his PC crashing, and yeah, he meant he came across the track. He couldn't control the car anymore. Came across the track and we hit, but it's the only incident I've actually seen from him.
Ermis is a 10th up.
Yeah, he'll be getting into
the
18s.
Looking at getting into the 18s on this lap.
See, he's got some traffic coming up. I don't know if that's an outlap. Try it. Yeah, it looks like they're warming up their tire. Tom Richenford, let's see if he yields to Ermis or not. Ermis is going to get a good tow here, though.
Yeah, that's huge on this track.
Ah, but his shift.
Still two tenths up, so it's still a very good lap.
Wow, he gained
He only needs 1/10 to get into the 18s.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is going
he's
to be a
got it.
solid 18 lap. The
Wow.
18.8, which puts him
Christoph
nice.
Turner's also a
10th.
10th up as well, but he's got Plank Hughes in front of him. He's improving, so it looks like the track did have a little bit more in it.
It's sort of amazing how the whole field is so close, but Ragged Edge have this huge gap above everyone else.
Yeah,
I mean, Christoph only 100th above Tarek.
he's on a good lap though. Let's see if he, as long as he takes.
Considering all the S-Track laps have been set on hypers too, these are some very good times.
Hopefully he can hold it through.
So yeah, the session is
he's
ending.
lost a bit of time.
He's
A minute left.
matching his
He's not
time,
going to get
so
it.
That's
But Tarek
that's
is in
it
the
for
pits.
him.
He's not going to improve. And Clank Hughes is on an outlap, so this is going to be interesting to watch. He's the only one.
It is.
You're probably going to have to hop back in the car here soon, Maxi.
Yep, that's what I wanted to say. Qualifying is ending, so I'll have to go sadly.
Good luck. We'll
luck
check
in the
in on
race.
you in the race. We'll see what happens.
Thank you very much. I hope this will be my first lucky race. So see you.
Alright, even if Clank Hughes managed to improve, I don't think anyone can touch Ormas. That's just a dominant performance from him once again.
So sorry, someone in the chat has. How come Maxi is a quali ban? Maxi had got an accident with Alex Cochran, I believe, in the last race, and the penalty points from that, from like other previous incidents, is added up, and he does have a quali ban for this race, which isn't a bad race to have it, as he was saying. Turn 1 is really slow, and there's typically a lot of people to get pushed off, so hopefully he can make up a few places.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the, easiest tracks. Oh, well,
Clank
one of
Hughes
the best. Oh, he's 4
4
tenths up.
tenths up. Yeah, he's, sorry to interrupt, but
This
he's on a
could
flyer.
put him into P2 if he nails
It
this.
could. It is
It's looking like a very good lap.
half a second. He's only going to be a
does
couple
that put
tenths
him?
behind Irmis
That's
here.
in P2. 93.
Very good lap from him. Jan's backed out of his lap. Stein is 6 tenths down. Nils Fischer is 7 tenths up on his time right now. That could jump him a lot of places.
Yeah, it's looking like a solid lap so far.
He lost a bit of time there. He's gaining it back. It's going to jump him up a decent amount right here.
Going from
As Nils
9th
Fischer goes
to
fifth.
5th. Again, solid performance from Nils Fischer.
A couple people improving there on their last run. As expected, as no one else is on a flyer, we can count this as over. Irmis race on pole. Not unexpected. He did have the fastest time.
No, but I was expecting it to be closer. The fight for pole. Former champion Clank Hughes only managing to get within half a second of Ormus Rees. So, yeah, what can I say? Very dominant from Ormus today.
The one that impressed me was Clank Hughes coming out of nowhere. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to suddenly be P2. I was expecting Christoph to take that with pretty much ease. As we have 30 seconds. Hopefully Maxi was able to get back to his car in time and suit up.
Looking at the qualifying, I believe this is the first time Tom Richenford has qualified in the top 10. So, good performance from him, BM reserve driver. He hasn't been the fastest, but he's showing some consistency today.
Where did Alex Cochran end up qualifying at?
Alex Cochran qualified P9.
9. So that is his best ever performance.
David.
So I'm going to ride on board with... Right on board with Giannis. He's in 7th. It's not a bad place.
running aboard with Niels Fischer. Sorry, Tarek Alcada.
So it is round 6 of the Formula Trout League RSS Formula Hybrid Series here at Monza as the lights go green. Let's see if everyone keeps it clean.
Oh, it actually looks like one of the drivers missed to join the grid. As it looks like...
As they go 3 wide. Oh, someone's backed off.
They lose go 3 wide in turn 1. A bit of wheel banging there.
As Urmas Reese comes out.
There's been some contact. Tarek Alcada is off.
Not the race start. Not the race start. We have to restart. Okay.
Oh.
That's... None of this is going to apparently count. We're restarting the grid.
Yeah,
apparently people crashed.
Yeah, and one of the drivers didn't even make it to the grid. That's very, very unfortunate. Urmas Reese had a very good start, kept it together through turn 1, and actually led the race.
I thought something was funny because Christoph backed off really hard on the straight, and then a couple other drivers just pulled off to the side as if they knew that it wasn't going to.
Still struggling to find the perfect camera for the start, so apologies for that. Seto just being a bit of a... I don't know, it's been a bit annoying in this game. So apologies for that.
Alright, so we'll run it back. We'll do it again. Hopefully, everyone got a pretty decent start from those who did. As the lights go out for a second time here in Monza. Good start from everyone. As Niels Fischer gets a good run.
So looking like a very... there's another incident.
Clank Hughes ends up.
It looks like 2 cars are out. It's one of the BM cars and... What's the orange car? Apologies,
so Clank Hughes has gotten Urmas into the first corner. So Clank Hughes now leads from Urmas Reese. Christoph Turner and Tarek. So, let's see. Tarek has gone up to 3rd. It looks like Christoph has fallen off. He's fallen back a little bit. Niels Fischer is 4th.
Yeah, it looks like Tom Richenford, who started P10, not sure what happened, but there was a collision between 2 drivers. Saw 2 cars just go straight onto the grass, and it looks like Niels Fischer goes a bit too wide.
This is giving Max Stein a very good run here. And he's going to get him. So, very unfortunate start there from Christoph Turner. He has good pace. He's going to get a run here on these 2, though, as they battle it out. He might get 2 cars here on this straight. He's got a good run on Stein, but there's no DRS yet. Good battle going into turn 1.
Oh,
as Niels Fischer late on the brakes.
It looks like somebody just hit Urmas Reese going into turn 1. They're both off the track right now. It's Urmas Reese and Clank Hughes. They have made contact.
Oh, no.
This means that Tarek Alcada is currently leading the race with Mario Lind in P2 and Niels Fischer in P3. So this has completely turned the race around. With the fastest driver being taken out, this is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very hard battle.
There's another driver off. Christoph, no, sorry. Alex Demoni. Or sorry, Alex Cochran has gone off. So this has been eventful.
Yeah.
Tarek Alcada, I did not expect him to be leading the race on the 2nd lap. Niels Fischer with a strong performance, sitting in a podium position again. Oh, as I say that, I commentators first.
Yeah, I just saw that. He was the same corner he went wide on a lap earlier, so...
Wow, that was
maybe
an Uber commentator's curse.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't used to the heavy fuel.
Urmas is on the outside of Alex Cochran, trying to make a pass to recover his race here.
Oh, it seems like there's been another contact between Niels Fischer and someone else as they both went off. Final corner, Niels Fischer straight into the pits.
I think they'll have damage.
Yeah.
from that accident with the wall. There's a good battle here. David J. Bull Clank Hughes and Jimmy Peterson, who's in a Ragged Edge Racing livery, which confused me for a minute. I thought it was Ermis.
Oh, yeah.
Christoph Turner is coming back at Max Stein here. I think Christoph is very good at setups for the race.
Oh, Clank Hughes loses it on the chicane and gives P9 to David Bull. I'm just saying, regardless of the incident that Urmas Reese had in turn 1, he's still in P5.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. I didn't see the accident happen myself. I was watching the midfield battle where they were 3 wide going into turn 1. So I'm not sure what type of damage Urmas might have or where the contact even occurred, but surely what's done is done now, and he's going to have to come back. And, you know, Christoph Turner, these guys aren't, like, very easy to pass. They're not going to make it easy for Urmas, especially on a track like this, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Tarek just can't get enough to get out of DRS range. He's, the draft is very strong on Monza.
Looks like Max Stein gifts the position Christoph Turner. Didn't really fight him that much going into turn 1, but
he's getting a run now. Oh, that was slick. He swapped with him to get the run, but Christoph can just get so late on the brakes.
Teammates battling it out for P3. Not sure how wise this is, considering Urmas is only 6 seconds behind them.
Dude, Alex Cochran is up in 6th place right now. He's running a very good race after his best ever qualifying. He's only a second behind Urmas. Don't expect him to make a pass. He's out of DRS range, but he's got a little bit of a gap to the driver behind, so it'll be a good performance from him.
Christoph Turner has made a small mistake, which allows Max Stein to get a really good run on him.
And they're teammates. They're just letting... As Mario Lind has taken the lead of the race, Tarek has dropped back now to 2nd. I don't know if he had an incident coming out. So there has been a pass for the lead. Yeah, there had to be. Tarek had a horrible lap. Mario had a very good lap. As Urmas resets the fastest lap of the race.
Mario is lagging a little bit.
It does look like that to me as well, but...
Stream. Looks like
Tarek wants to
run out a very good run on him here.
As he, wow.
Yeah,
hard to tell who's in what position here.
It looks like he's lagging a lot.
So it's interesting, the KTM, you know, Max Stein and Christoph Turner are now teammates. Max Stein being demoted to KTM Younger for Jack Smith's promotion. It's been interesting to see because they're kind of battling it out even though they're teammates, and really they're just they should be trying to catch the front two. I wonder if we'll see team orders as the race goes on.
Yeah, only 2 laps ago the gap to Urmas Reese was about 5 to 6 seconds. Currently it stands at 4 seconds, so he's catching up very fast. They need to try and work together.
Jimmy Peterson's had an accident. He's going slowly.
It looks like a bit of front wing damage.
Maxi's up to 13th. He's battling right now with Cyprian. So he's had his quali ban. He's working his way back up through the field, but he's going to be in no man's land of the driver ahead. I don't know if he had an accident or not. He's 59 seconds back.
I think he has been in an incident, considering he's still behind Niels Fischer, who pitted like lap 3 or 4 after that contact.
There's just been so much action this race.
Surprisingly,
going for a second one.
I didn't think we were gonna get this much action. Oh, as it looks like Christoph Turner has
disconnected.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Did they have contact? Or did he lose it?
I did not see him leave. That is a very interesting turn of events, because now that gives Urmas at 4th, and Max Stein has his own race to run, which is a shame because Christoph Turner had a lot of pace this weekend, and he had a lot of pace in Britain as well. It's not been the last 2 races for him. This battle for the lead, though, is very interesting. They keep going back and forth because each lap they get DRS assistance or they get the slipstream, so... But this is good for Max Stein because he's slowly gaining on this group as they're just wearing out their tires, battling here.
Yeah, and it looks like the field has evened out. No one is really fighting each other right now.
Yeah, there's not that many drivers left. I mean, we've had some retirements, but everyone is... You know, we had a couple accidents. They're all 50 seconds back.
Yeah, we're missing a few drivers. Max dropped out right before qualifying. He was not able to connect the server. And Christoph Turner has retired from the race, so that leaves us with 15 drivers.
Closest battle, funny enough, is currently for the lead.
And
6:10.
I have just heard that Christoph Turner had a problem with his DRS, and that's why he had to retire from the session.
Interesting.
He said he was losing seconds a lap, not being able to use his DRS.
Wonder if that was an issue with his cockpit steering wheel. I know you'd mentioned he had trouble before.
Yeah, you could very well be. You never know with GP. I mean, it's not as bad as Octane, but I mean they are still a junior team of GP who's won championships before. So
speaking of Octane, we were talking about how drivers, consistent drivers. David J. Bull is actually he's dropped the J now. He's just David Bull, but he started in 15th and he's gone up 6 positions into 9th. He just lurks.
Yeah,
I've noticed that, and
he's consistent. He's always the driver who gains positions when other people make mistakes.
Mario's close this lap. He's a lot closer, but he's losing time now.
Douglas is going for an overtake on Alex Cochran. It looks like he's having a look there, but
keep it clean, boys.
Alex defending it really well.
A little bit of a. Let's see if this.
But Douglas he's gonna have a very good rundown on turn 1.
As Max Stein sets the fastest lap.
The 1:22.1.
That's an interesting.
Douglas is looking at setting up best as he goes straight into the pits.
Wow.
Maybe he just thought that it wasn't worth it fighting it out with Alex Cochran.
He's gonna try the undercut.
Could you tell me what tyres he's gonna go on?
I can. Let's see.
Very interesting call on lap 9. I thought that was going to be a bit early.
He's going to the super soft, which here's the interesting thing. Max Stein has pace, but he's on the hyper soft. He's making it run a really long time because Tarek and Mario are on the ultras, so they're going to be able to go longer than Max unless he has a good a good stint tire wear wise. But while Max is the quickest driver on track right now, the other two just have the tire life, so I don't know if he's going to try to undercut or as Max Stein has actually gone off.
Jim Peterson goes for an overtake on Cyprian Stoyan in turn 1.
Ermis is now up to P3. Max Stein had an incident. He's made the pass going into the last corner.
Max Stein is straight into the pits.
Yep, I figured his hypers are done. Alex Cochran is also on hypers. I wonder if he'll pit this lap. He is. I guess the hypers just hit their cliff. Let's see what they pit for, though. Max Stein goes supers.
Oh, Jimmy
And Alex
Peterson
Conklin
breaks
goes ultra.
really late. I'm not sure what happened there. It almost looked like Stoyan just gave the position to him. Cyprian lost a lot of time there.
And just so everyone does know, that is not a ragged edge car.
Yeah,
So
yeah, there was a bit of a... There's a small problem with the liveries, so currently Jimmy Peterson is using Paul Maxey's livery. He should have the BM Junior Team livery, the same one that Niels Fischer is currently running.
the top three are currently running the same tire strategy right now. Cyprian's on the soft, which is a strange choice.
Did he start on the softs, or did he pit?
I believe he, well, I mean, he's far enough back, I believe he's pit. But he might have had damage.
Clank Hughes is a problem. He's going very slow. I'm not sure what has happened, but he's going very slow. That's interesting. Do you think he's lost it?
I'm not sure. It's just very strange, you know. He's like in limping mode. I haven't seen his engine. If he's downshift, he's pulling off. He's retiring from the race.
He's retiring from the race, and yeah, that is the case. Clank Hughes is the second retirement in this race. That's interesting, because I didn't see any of the cars being involved in that. It was just Clank Hughes going slow. I think he just might have lost it. Going through the fast chicane. I've seen quite a few drivers make a mistake there. Some of these drivers are running a very aggressive setup, so once
Tarek pits from the lead.
Once you unsettle the car just goes.
So Tarek thinks the strategy to pit earlier, I don't know if Mario thinks he can make the overcut work, but not sure what his tire life is right now. Ermis is still yet to pit as well.
Douglas Falcon overtakes David Bull. Doesn't look like David Bull wants to fight these cars that much. Gives the position to Falcon fairly easily. So Falcon comes out right behind Van Dijk. Oh, he looks at Jimmy Peterson. He's just lost it, and he's not sure if he made contact with the wall, and he's lost it again. Now he has hit the wall.
So the interesting thing is, does Mario pit here and hope that he's pulled enough of a gap?
David Poole is in the pits.
He's about to come around to the pits now. He's coming in the pits.
So
let's see. I'm going to watch from Tarek's view. He's stuck behind Jans there. He's going to lose a little bit of time. This might be a good play here by Mario.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see drivers pitting at different times, because usually it's a pretty set strategy. For example, just
Eric's coming around as Mario just turns the limiter off. I think Mario's done it. He has. Wow, he's way ahead. Tarek lost a lot of time there. And he overshoots the corner.
Yeah.
Cuts the chicane. So Ermis is hoping to do the same thing now. He was 7 seconds behind before the stops. Tarek's still stuck behind Jans. Trying to go outside. Has Jans pit, do you know?
I haven't seen him.
They touched. I don't know if Tarek's gonna have damage on his front wing or not. Oh, nice move around the outside.
Yeah. I haven't seen Van Dijk change his tyres yet. He's been mistaken. I think he's
been running a pretty lonely race, so it's been hard to tell. He's still on ultras, so I don't know if I think he qualified on those. The one to watch here, though, is Maxi's in 8th, but as we were talking to him before he got in, he started on Ultras, and he said he wanted to do Hypers at the end. So he's going to be on low fuel with the fastest tire. I expect him to get a fastest lap by the end of it.
So Wilmus Reese pitted yet? He's currently leading the race. Do you know what the pit stop delta is?
I do not. It looks to me as if the overcut is the better choice, but...
Did Wilmus start on the Hypersofts?
Don't believe so. I don't know if he pitted from the accident in the beginning. There's so much going on.
True.
But for him to make...
I don't think he did, because I believe he was still in the midfield after the incident.
Yeah, so, well, I think he started on Ultras because he was only a couple tenths up on everyone. But he's not going to be able to make... Even if he did pit for Ultras, I don't think he could make him the whole race. So I think he's, no matter what, he's going to have to come in at some point. But you know what? He's going to still end up... He might end up behind Jans if he hits next lap. I think he's trying to get a gap. He wants to end up behind Tarek. He's got to keep going or else he gets stuck.
Yeah, I'm just watching Alex Cochran follow Falcon. As he go into the fast chicane, see the car just doesn't want to work under the dirty air. Very hard to find grip. As there isn't that many battles going on right now. I'm just waiting for Wilmus Reese to pull the trigger and
hit. Yeah,
pit.
That's the big thing right now.
I want to see where he ends up. Because currently, I believe Mario is leading the race with a 5-second gap to Tarek Alcada.
That would be how many different winners and how many different races? This is like 2012 all over again.
Yeah, I don't think there has even been a driver with 2 wins this season.
Who won in Jack Smith won in Britain? I think it's been a different driver every single race.
Yeah. But could we get another race winner for this race? Very interesting. But Wilmus Reese still showing very good consistency with 3 second place podium finishes alongside his race victory. 1 DNF in Silverstone. But even with a 1 race win, still dominating the standings.
Let's see, there's nothing really much going on. Everyone's kind of been spaced out now, except
it's only really Alex Cochran and Falcon.
Douglas Falcon here.
There's quite a bit of gap between everyone else.
Alex Cochran. So this is the interesting. They pit at the same time, but Alex went Ultra, so he thinks he could make the Ultra make it to the end, but he might run them off following in the dirty air here. He needs to get past.
So you saying Alex is on Ultras?
Yes, he's on the faster tire.
I think that's a bad call. I think if you go on the Ultras that early, it's a 2-stop.
He needs to get past. He has the better tire. He needs to somehow make something work, or he's going to burn them up here.
This is where he usually gets really close to Falcon. Front end just doesn't want to seem to grip. As you can see, Falcon just gets a better exit. It could also come down to just ERS management. Falcon just using it in the right places. The exits of the corners pull away from Alex.
Irma's still yet to pit. That's the big one today.
He's still keeping that 13-second gap to Mario.
He wants to go hypers. I think Ermis is going to go until he can get on the hypers.
Yeah, I think on a few
That's his
laps
only way
and
of
he can
winning
do
this
it.
race.
Yeah, I think if he pits like lap 20, he should definitely be able to do that. That would mean he would have blistering pace.
Well, he's maintaining the gap at
what
around
is that
13.
car? It looks like Jimmy
Jimmy
Peterson is in the wall. Again, I think that's his 3rd time. So he's been very unlucky in this race. But what I heard right before the race, he switched to a new wheel. So maybe that's just...
Nils Fischer has a really good run on David Bull. Wow. He just blew right past him. David must have not had any ERS because Nils made that look so easy.
Yeah. Oh, Ormus is in the pits. He's finally in the pit and he's coming
He's
out.
behind Yaz.
Yeah. Behind Yaz.
Max Stein. He's gonna have warm.
Yeah,
he's gonna have warm tires.
Yeah, he should have a good run on Ormus here, considering his
He
tires
does.
are up to temperature. And you can see the difference in grip. Ormus got a really bad exit.
I think Max Stein has this.
Really close.
He yields it.
Yeah, I think Ormus knows.
Oh, Max Stein goes off.
He hit the sausage curb a bit too much, which unsettled the car.
That's a shame. That was a really good pass by Max Stein there.
So, which means Ormus Reese is P4, only 1.6 seconds behind P3.
He went to hypers, but I don't understand. He thinks it's going to be a lot harder for him to pass. But, you know, Mario and Tarek both went to supers, so he's going to be 2 steps softer.
And we have a 3rd retirement, Jimmy Peterson. Looks like after the collision, he's not able to continue the race.
So we only have 12 drivers left. Octane currently sitting in 11th. No points scored yet.
Oh, we have 13 drivers left. K-Man, he's a lap down.
Yes.
That's why he's lower in the standings. Van Dijk, he's in the pit. So he didn't pit.
Okay.
So he didn't pit earlier. So this means Ormus Reese is already on the podium. He's already on the podium, P3.
The question is, can he can get the 4 seconds, but can he get past Tarek? Tarek has been good at defending.
Max is in the pits now.
He's going hypers as well, so that must be the cliff for the Ultras is lap 19. Maxi and Cyprian have been having a battle all day. This is going to be close on pit exit.
Yeah, this is going to be a close one.
He's got it.
Cyprian should have
He's
this
got
with
it.
the tyres. Yeah, flies past Maxi, but Maxi, he is on Hybersofts. So, Maxi in the points, P9. He definitely would like to be higher up. But
He just
with a quali ban, you know, I think it's the best he can do tonight. Can definitely try and get that position from Cyprian, but gap to P7 is 30 seconds, so very unlikely.
I think he's just coasting through for sponsors. He needs to.
Never mind. Oh no.
Okay, that is interesting.
We have
so Ermis is now
a
P2.
retirement.
Tarek
Yes.
is disconnected.
So we have a 4th retirement. Tarek Alkada. I have no idea what happened there. Yeah, I was just looking at the standings and I just saw Ormus Reese in P2 and I was like, wait a minute, who's missing? And I just saw Alkada DNF.
So Mario Lind just needs to hold off for 11 laps. He can't lose a second a lap.
This track, it seems more challenging than the tracks before. I don't know what it is. A lot of people retiring from incidents and whatnot. Cyprian just overcooks in turn 1. Okay, that's a very easy overtake from Max.
Tarek Alcada's game crashed. He just informed me.
With only
That is
10
a
laps
very
to go,
big
that's very unlucky. He was looking at P2. So this means Williams Reese, he has 10 laps to go and a 7.7 second gap to his fellow Estonian, Mario Lind.
He can almost see him. That's motivation. Mario just needs to keep going. This also promotes Max Stein back onto the podium, which is a good drive for him. He hasn't had the best of seasons with the demotion. He's handling it quite well.
Currently, the car in front of Williams Reese is David Bull, who is sitting in P9. So the top two drivers already starting the lap in the midfield. So you can just tell the pace difference of these guys. It's insane. It looks like Alcada is back in the race. He's in the pits. I'm not sure if he's allowed to continue the race. Even if he is,
I think
he'd be very
Ermis
far
is
back.
leaning too hard on... Oh, David Bull has crashed.
He's made a mistake.
He's good now. He's got a comfortable gap to Nils in 10th, though. Ermis has the pace.
He does.
Mario just
He's
defend
caught up by
hard.
a second now in one lap. It's going to be close, I think. I'm not sure
do those
what the
hypers
live.
burn
Yeah,
off?
yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure how much can he put. How far can he push those hypers before they start dying? Well, Mario is on the super softs, correct? So
Yes.
those should be able
He's
to go
been on
to
this
the
for
end.
a while, though. He pitted within the first, 12 laps, 13 laps. He's obviously not amazing on tire wear right now. His setup, he's only
Nice.
5.6 down.
Looks like Alex Cochran has made a mistake. So what happened there? But I think he lost the position to Van Dijk. Dijk, he's very close to Falcon. Douglas Falcon.
He's gonna try. I think he's going for the lunge here. Oh yeah! Wow, he just breezes through. Very good.
Oh, but he
and
hits
he's
the Sarge
lost it.
curb. Yeah.
I am so horrible with commentating. That's the fourth time I've caused someone to crash. I'm just
That
gonna
also
keep
means
quiet.
that Alex Cochran gains the position back.
Oh no! Anytime I let someone know that they're doing a good job, they just bin it.
Also, just want to point out that Williams Reese has closed the gap by 2 seconds. So the gap to P1 currently 4.2.
He can see him now from his
Yeah.
onboard on the straights there.
With this pace, if he can keep this up, he's going to catch up to him in like 2 laps.
Question is, do those tires last? He's got to be pushing them to their absolute limit right now.
I think with this pace, he should be fine. But he needs to keep this pace up.
You can't flat spot him, that's for sure. I don't think Mario's going to be able to hold it off. Ermis is just coming in so hard.
Faster and faster. Sets 20.6. That is over a second faster than Mario Lind. Mario Lind lapping 21.8. Williams Reese 20.6 is.
You can hear the car now from you can hear his car from the onboard of Ermis. They're getting very close. So it's been a war of attrition this race. You figured Monza isn't that hard of a circuit, but it looks like it's become challenging for a lot of people. This is one of the highest DNF rates I think we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Whether it's a couple of people game crashed, but
a lot of people making mistakes on those chicanes.
yes, Kilgore, everyone has pit, I believe. Jans went to hypers. He was the last one to pit.
Yeah,
David J. Bull is good.
the
He
drivers
should
kind
go
of
again.
just trickled into the pits. Like some drivers came in lap 9. Some drivers came
There
in
wasn't,
lap 10.
yeah, there wasn't a set cliff. I think
Yeah.
only like 2 people pit on the same lap. But I think the undercut was really strong because that's how Mario got. He got 5 seconds on Tarek in that undercut.
So Mario is consistently doing 21.8, and Orms Rees does a 20.5. As Mario Lind has a slight lockup in the turn 1, that definitely doesn't help him. I think Orms Rees is he's looking at overtaking Mario Lind in a couple of laps if you can keep this up.
I'd really like, it'd be incredible to see Mario win this race. He's not someone you'd expect to just come and show up on the scene. He kind of came out of nowhere, and you know, it's just Armis is so good that it's gonna be hard.
1.7 seconds as he's hunting Mario down. Every corner, 10th by 10th.
Yeah, Chris was saying he lost so much time that he had to just call it quits. That's why he was down from the podium, retired from the podium.
Yeah. Thomas Rees, he's going to get within a second on this lap. Mario Lind, it's in the 22, so consistently lapping 21.8s, 22s. It's not going to help when Thomas Rees, he's lapping 20s.
But you know what? Armis is starting to hit that dirty air. He can feel it. He's not been gaining. He's gaining, but it's not nearly as much now.
Yeah, but he could be saving his ERS right now because he's within the ERS range. So.
Oh, he's gonna get him.
Yeah,
he's gonna get him.
You can just see how much he gains in the corners. Just look at this. It's yeah, you can see the difference in the tires.
Mario's tires are just old. They're he pitted very early. It seemed like a smart strategy, but oh, here he goes. Inside line. Makes it look easy.
Yeah.
That was smart of Mario not to fight that. He knows that you're not gonna be able to hold that back. It's a freight train.
Yeah, but he could have a good run on Ormus now.
He'd be happy with I know he'd be happy with a second place if he can hold that.
So you can just see the dirty air and the old tires just do not help you through the last corner. Loses half a second to Ormus Rees.
So Irma's back on top, nothing new.
Yeah, very dominant from Ormus. Once again, very good. He had a dominant qualifying session. He was half a second off of P2. Did get taken out in lap 2, I think. There he is, back in P1.
And BMW engine supplier has really been strong. They have a good package together.
Yeah, I heard that they came out with a new party mode or something, which gains the driver a lot of time in the straights.
Mario's got second. He's 13 seconds up on Max Stein.
Sven Dijk is within half a second of Alex Cochran. Alex Cochran running a very good race right now, sitting in P5.
This would be his best weekend on Trout, I believe.
It's just if he can hold the position.
Jans is on hypers though. That's the thing. That's going to be very hard to hold him.
He pitted fairly early though. Like.
Well, Jans was the last guy to pit.
Was he?
For those hypers. Alex is the one who pit
there.
very early on ultras. Alex pit the same time Mario Lind did. They pitted on the same lap, but Mario went to supers.
Yeah. You can just tell the grip difference there. Should have the overtake done by the end of this lap. Might even try here. Alex Cochran defends inside. Tried to go outside and just
that was bold. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Jans really didn't. He would have gotten him on the main straight. I don't think he's going to catch him in time now. That was a silly mistake.
Hope he didn't get any front wing damage from that.
Yeah.
His front wing is looking a bit dusty.
Which is interesting. He never normally does something. Doesn't do that very often.
I mean,
so
it could be damage from a earlier incident.
True, but going on that outside, I don't think that was ever going to work. But as long as they both made it out.
No. Personally, I would have just taken corner, as he normally would. Just let Alex defend the inside line. It's going to give him a really bad run. The back straight. Which, I think he would have had that overtake done by the last corner if he didn't try and go around the outside.
Mario's times are dropping off now into the late 22s.
Yeah, I think his tyres are going. There's only a couple of laps left in the race, and those super softs are quite old.
Unless Urmis has an accident here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything Mario needs to worry about anymore. 12-second gap to P3. Urmas just motoring ahead. A 3-second gap, so...
Alex is going to be in trouble again here. Jans is already back.
Yeah, even with a mistake, he's right on his rear again, so...
Alex's tires are done. He's 1.3 seconds slower per lap. That's enough for a pass for Jans. He just needs to keep it clean this time.
Hold on, that's Maximo Yumri in the pits.
He couldn't make him last.
Interesting. He pitted after Urmis, didn't he? And Urmis
did.
is still on the...
Well, he just lost the position now to Cyprian. And he's not going to get that back in 2 laps. As Urmis is coming up to lap, actually.
Yeah, that's interesting. We need to ask.
He's got DRS here. He's gonna go outside again. As they touch.
And there's contact.
Oh, there's contact.
Looks. Oh. Right.
Oh, they just need to keep it on the road here. This could be Alex's best finish. It's not worth it to.
Yeah, he's weaving a bit too much there, which probably caused the incident.
Whoa,
Thankfully, neither of the drivers spun out. There's definitely damage on both of those cars, and you can see Alex is just struggling now.
He's got 30 seconds. He's just got to make it.
See the time he's losing in the straights. It looks like he's out of battery.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting for the stewards to look at because I don't know. I don't know why Jans wants to keep going to the outside when he was given the inside to overtake, at least from commentator's perspective. He went outside both times when there wasn't really a point, but Alex also didn't define a line, so we'll see. It'll be interesting for the stewards to, like, if anyone gets a penalty. So Alex does need to stay close just in case Jans does get a penalty or something. That, he'll be able to get that position back.
Urmis Rees starts his final lap of the race. No early checkered flags this time.
Definitely not. He drove a good race. He had that accident. We'll have to talk to him after when this concludes and he gets out of the car and drinks his water, goes on the podium. But he came back strong, whether it was through attrition. You know, if Tarek was still on the track, I'm sure it would have been a lot harder, but you know, it is what it is.
Sorry to interrupt you, Maxi. He's right up on Cyprian. Still looking at getting a place back.
Let's see, blast past.
Fairly easy. Yeah, that's an easy overtake.
Oh,
he needs to be careful though. So I don't want to spin out in the final lap.
Nils Fischer has passed David Bull for 9th. David Bull in the points. As Urmis comes around the final corner, if Tom Richenford backs off, he won't have to do another lap, but I don't think he knows that. As Urmis Rees wins the 6th race.
Yeah, that's solid winning for Urmis. Mario Lin coming in P2, he's looking very happy.
This is good for Irmis's title hopes. Puts him even further into the lead. His teammate couldn't be here, so constructors might hurt a little bit, but he still got the win. Mario Lynn with a surprising
P3.
second.
Is that his first podium?
That I know of, and definitely this season, yes.
Very good drive from him. So that was very eventful, I must say.
Yeah, there wasn't a sleepy race, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. After the incident Ormus Reese had with another driver, I was not expecting him to win the race. He did, so it's off to him. Incredible performance.
Yeah, that was Griffin. I wonder where that second place is gonna help them tremendously in the constructors for sure. I was surprised Mario had that pace in him.
Yeah, very solid performance from Mario Lind as well. Too.
We'll head over to the commentators booth and see if we'll get anybody in for interviews.
Yep. Go. Currently, no drivers waiting for interviews.
Maybe they're stuck in the pit lane. But impressive overall, good race. Monza surprised me this time a lot more than I figured. Turn 1 would be a little bit more messy. I mean, but we got everyone in Trout League gets through okay.
Yeah.
It was actually the following laps that were the interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't expecting so many drivers to retire from this race. Fair enough. Nils had it. Sorry, not Nils. Christopher Turner had a problem with his DRS, and Alcada, his game crashed. That's just very unlucky from them. Let's see. Do we have any drivers?
They don't like us today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe you want to go down there and ask if anybody wants to come up.
I will see.
As we're waiting for drivers to come into the commentators box for interviews. I must say. Oh,
okay.
Here we go.
I did go down there. So it looks like Alex Cochran will do an interview. So far, that's who I can get, which is a good race for him. And we have Maxi as well.
Right, that's very good. Could you tell Alex to come up into this channel?
Can you pull him? Or let's see.
I don't have the power to do that.
We'll see. If not, we'll go down there.
Yeah. Apologies everyone for the wait.
Normally we do have the power.
Waiting for Alex Cochrane to join us for the interviews. There we go. Welcome.
Hello.
So you had a good race. Is that your best quali in Trout?
I think I had a better finish last season, but yeah, the race for sure was best of the season so far. I think it matched my best result.
Now, we saw at the end, it was very close. Did you have damage after that fight with Jans? You guys were really battling it out.
Yeah, I had a little bit of damage, but my tires were just gone. Like I ran hyper tires to ultra soft, and it was just the tires at the end were just so slippery. I just couldn't keep them behind me, so I was trying as much as I could, and then we had a build coming together.
When did you pit? Did you think you pit too early, or?
I pitted a little early, yeah, because I was battling quite hard in the first few laps. So I ruined my tyres then. So I think I pitted about.
Now
then,
with the, oh sorry, go ahead.
I was I got undercut by, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Douglas Falcon, but yeah, I got undercut by him, and then I was burning through my tires trying to pass him, and then after about 5 laps, finally got.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good, really good performance. I was more interested in just like that. We were just watching on board with you guys on the last. Like, did you know that he was going to try to dive on the outside into Ascari? That Jans was, because that almost was race over when he hit you coming down the back straight. Were you just trying to survive at that point, or?
Yeah, I was trying to fight a little bit, but I didn't have anything in the tires. So, there wasn't much to hold on for.
All right. Well, thank you for joining the booth.
No
Giving us your
problem.
perspective
Thanks
on
for
the
the
race.
commentary. See ya.
There we go. I am back. So,
Let's see.
who do we still have? We have Maxi.
Maxi, let's see if he joins up.
Welcome.
Hi.
Defending champion, Maxi Younger, in the booth with us. So, you pit at the end. Were your tires just done? We were surprised because you pitted on the same lap as Irmis. Gotcha. Because we saw you seated to Cyprian, but you got him back.
Yeah, that's what prevented me from getting the fastest lap, because I was only 100th away anyway. But the fact I got I was off the racing line in that corner, lost like 4 tenths. I would have been in the 19s for a race lap. That would have been amazing, but it didn't happen. Got taken out lap 1 again by a car. I think it was Cayman. He basically reversed onto the track and then stopped in the middle of it. Instead of going completely to the other side, he just stopped there. So yeah, nothing to say.
Well, I mean, you had the quali ban, so at least getting points was nice.
Well, I would have, that I was 90 seconds or 80 seconds. Yeah, so I was almost lapped after the first lap. I could see like the leader behind me, and I was pulling away from them. Like from 80, it went down to 60. So I was consistently catching up to everyone, because they were battling also. And I was on a better strategy, having the chance to do a reverse. Yeah, I got taken out. I had to do an extra pit stop, repair damage, which lost even more time. And the lap I did with the damage was also like 8 seconds off, 10 seconds off. So it's a huge
What about
loss of time.
the hypers? Were they good? Because you and Irmis both did the same thing. You guys actually pitted on almost the same lap.
Yeah, they were nice. They didn't have any issues. I just wanted to get fastest lap because I had no one. I thought I would clear Ciprian, but I didn't, barely. I came out like 2 seconds behind. So yeah, that was unlucky. I came right between the leader and the car in second. Right, Irmas was in front of me, and there was a car with Mario Linde, who did a great job, by the way.
Yeah, he was hanging on to the lead. His tires were just done by the time he pitted real early for supers, and Irmis just had too much speed.
I was following sort of what was happening in the race because there was nothing else much to do.
That would have been have we had a double winner before here? Before Irmis? Is he the first double winner this year?
Yeah, he's the first double. No one else. Yeah, no one else has won twice. It's been 5 different winners. Would have been nice to be 6, yeah.
I was just impressed. It's still a good result for Griffin, but
it's still very nice. Yeah, I didn't sort of expect it because on the S tracker he wasn't that fast compared to some of the other guys, Christoph, Klank. Yeah.
Yeah. All of the drivers had some problems during the race. Christoph had a DRS failure, which meant that he had to retire from the race. I'm not sure what happened to Clunk Hughes. We just saw him pull this out of the track and retire. So
Yeah,
Well, they
I
had
would
an
have,
accident.
without all the retirements, I wouldn't have even been in the points. So like the
Yeah.
result looks better than reality. You know, that crash I had on lap one, that was really heavy. I thought my engine was dead because he just reversed onto the track whilst it was on the back straight. I was going full speed.
Yeah, we didn't expect Monza to be such a track for attrition. I mean, so many people retired
It
either through
is.
accidents.
No, I know. I said before the race it's gonna be like that because if in order to get the lap time you have to be really brave. So it makes you prone to mistakes.
Interesting. Is there anyone else? Why does no one want to join the booth? I see we only get two interviews today.
a very
Wow.
salty race.
Yeah, people on. I don't know. It's just for me personally the great luck seems to continue again.
Maybe with the new car and the new season, which also has a very good engine sound if anyone hasn't used it yet.
Yeah, I
Tested
don't
it.
know. I mean, people need to learn how to drive first, and then I might have a good season.
Well, we'll see. It's always hard starting from the very back, though.
Yeah, but you know, I've done recoveries like this before many times. You know, I no one. It's the first time someone reverses onto the track and stops in the middle of it. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, we weren't able to see from the stream. There was just so much happening. So
Yeah,
we'll see. Stewards will sort everything out. There seemed to be a lot of incidents this race, but everyone was pretty good. I was surprised by a lot of the pace that a lot of people had. But I guess that's all the questions I have. If no one else wants to join up.
Yeah, I think that's all. Just want to thank everyone who joined the stream. I want to thank all the drivers who joined the race, and we will be seeing you guys next week in the Formula 3 series. We'll be racing in Algarve, the Portuguese Grand Prix. And in 2 weeks, what is the next hybrid race?
It is Spa, I believe.
So yeah, Belgium.
it's Bob.
So guys, we'll see you there. Thanks for tuning in.